So we will be covering few more painters today, and then I have decided to play certain old videos because you may not have seen them so far, and I would also comment on and off what are the relevant or irrelevant today, because those are the 2 years old video, but they are very, very important, and they are from the book, so there will be a PPT up there, so we could be talking about that. At least you will hear certain names which would be helpful for you because they are with the reference of the book, and you don't have a book now since it is being converted into MCQ online. But still it is worth, because otherwise you may not be able to hear them, and I can pause in between, and I would be able to make a comment on that. Okay. So, but before that, we will start with the whatever painters we have also loaded recently. Okay. Fine. So, all right. Can you see this control panel right now of this MCQ book?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir.
So we are starting with a very important lady called Frida Kahlo, and let me just see where exactly is here. Is long name is being put by mistake, so we'll correct them because we are refining the back end, so it will take some time. So the Abbey in the Oakwood, already a film is being made on the Frida Kahlo. That all of you must be knowing it. So this is the one, very unlikely of her painting because her paintings are of different kind. That's why this is a, by mistake it is showing Caspar David. I just wonder, it start from here. Okay. So that was a Caspar David's painting. We'll start from here. Okay. So Pithas, she has a very distinct style of her own painting. So you could see it. That's the one. Then Henry Ford Hospital. That's another. That's very typical style of Frida Kahlo's painting. So you could see a very surrealistic kind of imagery she has. Then we have a portrait of Luther Burbank. So you can see how the skeleton is in the root of, the guy is holding the leaves. Portrait of Dr. Leo Elefser. Recently, I saw one of the photograph in which Frida Kahlo was with the daughter of ambassador of Indian ambassador in US at that time. So you could see the style of her painting. Display window in a street of Detroit. And portrait of Virginia. Portrait of Isolda Pinodo. That's her painting, her own photograph. But I don't know why the painting is not being loaded here. Two women. Museum of Fine Art, Boston, it's located. They should not be mentioning here. But again, the Two Women is also a famous film. And she, the lead actress of that film, Italian actress, she got the Oscar for her performance. Not able to recollect the name immediately. Very famous Italian actress. She got the Oscar for the Two Women. And so very interesting portrait in terms of the backdrop and kind of color scheme she has chosen. That's why they mention this Two Women Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, because there could be another painting by two women. So just to distinguish that. Again, portrait of Christina, my sister. Portrait of Alexandre Gomez. Portrait of Ruth Quintilia. It's more of a black and white drawing. I don't know why they have picked up this. Portrait of Alicia Gallant. Portrait of Agustin Olmedo. Portrait of Adriana. Portrait of Miquel and Lira. Just to get the idea of what kind of paintings are made by her in terms of look. Maybe 2 or 3 paintings would be of international fame, not all. La Dilita, Pranchovilla, and Frida. Self-portrait in a velvet dress. This is an interesting one because, come in.
सर आप म्यूटेड हैं.
Just a moment. Yeah. So that's another thing. Self-portrait in a velvet dress. Urban landscape. It's a very simple painting, but she must have found something interesting in that. Sometimes you just feel that it may not be very interesting. Say, for example, Van Gogh has 2 portraits of chairs. You know, so what is so interesting about chair? Only when you see the painting, you will be able to understand. Still life. Roses only. Many painter has painted still life in painting. So that's one of the subject for many painters. Tray with the poppies. So these are some of the paintings. Then we will move to Van Gogh. We have also included some of the painting by Van Gogh. Now there are 10 paintings. Basically, it should have been 30 roughly but out of 30, you never know which is some of the painters like Van Gogh. There could be more than that who are considered important, but as of now, we have just the 10 only. Portrait of a postman, Joseph Rulin. So this is the photograph. I'm in painting, and name is Portrait of the Postman, Joseph. Tree roots. So this is the painting. The Red Vineyard. So this is, if you see the original painting, then you might enjoy it. It's a small image here. So, Starry Night, a very famous painting. There are two Starry Nights, so don't be confused. This is the one which is very famous. And Cafe Terrace at night. This is the wrong painting. This is not a Cafe Terrace. This is a Crow and the Field. So we need to correct this. This is the question is Cafe Terrace. That's why we had allocated some people to do the job, and they have done some messy job. So we have deactivated the panel for everybody. Whatever we will be doing ourselves, so that we are responsible. So Almond Blossom. This is again a very famous painting, and many a times you will see the cover of some diary or cover or somewhere here and there you will see. For me, the fascination of this painting is the color scheme, because it's a very soothing and very, I would say, very tranquil. I mean, you feel very peaceful when you look at this painting for some strange reason. So the kind of color he has selected are really, really marvelous. Irises. This is another one. Potato Eater is one of my favorite painting. And if you ever go to Amsterdam and if you look at the original painting, then you will be able to appreciate better the kind of source lighting he has used in this particular thing. And basically poor peasants who are happy eating potato only and tea. So this is very concerned with the peasant of Holland at that time. So again, the color scheme is very worth noticing. Starry Nights, that is Starry Night, and this is the Starry Night. So that's another one. The last one is the bedroom. Again, a very flat kind of painting, but it has its own beauty of how the chairs are being placed and the color scheme and things like that. So these are the top we have placed over here. There are more than that. So we have just picked up 10. And in future, we might add some more painting, because Van Gogh is one of the most star painter. If you just count top 10 painters, Van Gogh would be one of them. So then George Barak, let me just figure it out. Here it is. So Women with a Guitar. Violin and pipe. So you could see a feel of Cubist painters. Now is a violin and palette. Being very small size painting and also not correctly placed. It has to be horizontal, I suppose. Oh, no, it's right. It has to be vertical. Sometimes with the abstract painting, that is a problem. The round table. The Portuguese. George Barak, again the same painter. Dawn. Interesting color scheme. Brown with a pastel brown colors. The Crunch of the Carriers, Saint Denis. the billiard table. Studio with a black vase. Still life with playing cards. Road near the Lestake. Mandora. Man with a guitar. Little harbor in Normandy. Landscape near Antwerp. Landscape at La House at L Square. See, all these paintings have their own relevance, but sometimes you never know what is going on in the mind. So what I'm going to do is next time I would choose, rather than playing with these paintings, which may not be of much help to you people, because it's not a BFA entrance exam. So what I'm going to do is I will just pick up some star painters, say around 50 or 60 star painters, and just pick up the 10 painting of each. That would be much more helpful rather than taking the painter who are important in on their way, but not from the examination point of view. Because right now our agenda is to qualify the exam rather than do a painting appreciation. So glass on a table, then clarinet and a bottle of rum on mantelpiece. Again, very cubist kind of a style. But as I said, that bottle and fishes, it may be useful for people who are going to appear in a BF, art direction course, not for everyone, because their MCQ would be different from yours. So this is in brief. What I have decided today is to play some old videos which are very, very important, because I have made the PPTs of MCQ for them when I wrote first time the book, 2019, 2 years old. So I picked up one particular video which I wanted to play here, and that would be much more helpful because they have MCQs connected with various other topics, not just the painting, but other topics. So let me just play one such video, which will be much more helpful. So let me just figure it out. Okay. So this is the part one. I start with the mainly on the alumni book, but sorry, the FTI alumni. But I have also covered the people who recently passed away. Say, for example, here is a Krishna Sopti who passed away that particular year. And this year it is a Manu Bhandari who has passed away. So two novels of Manu Bhandari become very important, Aapka Banti and Mahabhoj. So anyone who recently passed away would be much more important from the examination point of view. So I'll just play this video. So listen to it carefully.
Her most popular play, anybody who is doing theatre or has something to do with theatre, they must have heard about this name called Mitru Marzani. It's a play she wrote, and it was performed by many a time by various groups, which are, say, for example, National School of Drama Repertory has performed this play.
Let me just increase the volume. Okay.
This is one of the most talked about production of her. She has written a couple of novels also. The most popular one is Zindagi Nama. Then another one is
Same lady, Krishna Sopti.
Then Dilu Danish is more popular because it's about the Delhi, and she was based in Delhi. And then the last one is Satsamay Sargam. So these are the 4 books which are popular. I'm saying popular. does not mean the rest of the books are not important. It depends upon the mindset of the paper setter, what he feels is the important. So the definition of important will vary from person to person. So this is in brief about the recent development in terms of current affairs. So now we will talk about the FTI alumni, as I said. There was a question called on whose story the Kali Salwar is based on. Okay. So why this question is important? A couple of years back, this was one of the questions in FTI. This question, many of you may not have heard about this film. It was an art house film, despite the fact there is, you can see Irfan Khan over there. But Irfan Khan was not big at that time when this film was made. And it is directed by a lady called Farida Mehta. She is alumni of FTI. So why this question was asked? There are two reasons. A, it is based on the story of Manju. And B, it is directed by the FTI alumni. Not because there is Irfan Khan. Irfan Khan has no contribution in terms of this question being asked in FTI. The contribution is of the alumni of FTI as well as. So this film is also funded by this fund called Göteborg International Film Festival. There are various funds which fund the films for the direction. So she got a grant from there. Also, that film becomes important because of that reason. Then there is a question number. If you look into, if you go to the page number 21, then we will follow the question. So Kali Salwar, directed by Farida Mehta, is based on the story of Manju. B. Then we move to the next question. Who designed the soundtrack of feature film Padmavat? This could be a probable question. Why they will not ask the question about the Zero? Zero is a equally important film. Because the alumni are not connected with that film. Cinematographer, editor, sound recordist, etc., are not connected with this. So Padmavat is directed by Sanjay Leela Bhansali, who is FTI alumni. A. More important than that is also the sound designer of the film is no. Sudeep Chatterjee is not sound designer. Vishnudeep Chatterjee. So don't be under the impression all Chatterjees Banerjees are same. Okay? So all Chatterjees can't be the answer. Don't be confused with a word called Chatterjee or Banerjee. Are you getting a point? So any Chatterjee can't be the answer, any Banerjee can't be the answer. You have to be very specifically knowing because there will be something called none of the above. So any Chatterjee, if you will tick, will not give you 1 mark. Okay? So very important is why this question is important. As I said, the Vishnudeep Chatterjee is the sound designer of this film, who has done a couple of films also for the Sanjay Leela Bhansali. So I have just framed one question here, does not mean that you should not be aware about the rest of these films. So you should be knowing also. So if you read this question, don't go to sleep. And enough, I have done it. They will not ask this question. They may ask another question. Who designed the soundtrack, or who is the sound designer of Bajirao Mastani? Because he has done many films. One of them is Lage Munna Bhai, then Three Idiots, then Eklavya, then Madras Cafe, and then Bajirao Mastani. So don't be under the impression that if you read this question, it's done. So this is something which you'll never be able to find out by reading the book. So when I say one question, there's a reason behind it, why this question is important. They will not ask, or they may not ask, I will say, that is a better language, who is the sound designer of Zero? He may be an important person. But this question is more important because it's the alumni of FTI, which matters to them, particularly for those people who are applying to FTI entrance exam. So this is something you need to remember. Today we will be covering many other people, but only one question or two questions of that same person. Coming to that, next is on this thing. Then also I've included this man called Nihar Kamal because he is a partner with, he do the location sound of most of the films, and Vishnudeep Chatterjee do the post-production part. So they are in team, they work. So some of the film you will see both the names are there. So be careful what the question is. Don't write anything, everything is given over there, guys. So when I'm saying Nihar has done exclusively the sound design of this film called, which is most recently released. I don't need to tell you what this film is all about. Okay. So I've also included the name as well as film of the question is not over here, but I have included over here in my PPT. If you go next question, and there's a question called who directed the film called Om Darbadar? There's a film, question number 3, if you look at it, it says Om Darbadar, a NFDC production is directed by A, B, C, D. There are 4 options over there. Kamal Swarup, Manikal, Kumar Shani, Ketan Mehta. You cannot guess. Remember always. You have to be 100% sure, which means you should be known. Why this film is important? Because again, alumni of FTI Pune, and this is one of the most important films in the history of Indian cinema when it comes to experimental film. When it comes to experimental film, it's one of the most important films. One of the most important films. If you choose 10 experimental films ever made in the Indian history, Om Darwada by Kamal Swarup is one of the films. Okay, so I've included this film also. So if you go a little further, the question number next, I have framed a question over here, which is, who among the following German directors had conducted workshop in FTII? There are 4 names: Helma Sanderdam, Wim Wenders, Werner Herzog, Leni Riefenstahl. All these 4 people are German. But there is only one person who has conducted a workshop in FTII Pune. So if you are going to an institute, you must know who are the international people who have come over there to conduct the workshop. So Helma Sanderdam is one of the important lady who has conducted a workshop over there, and it is not written in any book. So you need to be aware that who are the people, internationally reputed people who has come over here and conducted the workshop. So one of the famous film is Germany Pale Mother by Helma Sanderdam. This is one of the photographs which I have picked up from the net. Most often you see this photograph over there. Okay. So this is important because she is the only person among these 4 people. Rest are all important people also. Werner Herzog is an important person. There may be a different question of Werner Herzog. There may be a different question of Wim Wenders and Leni Riefenstahl. But again, person like me who will set up a paper, though I will never set up a paper in FTI. But if a person of my mindset would be setting up a paper, he would put up a question like this. You cannot ask. This is not in the syllabus. So there is no syllabus as such. Syllabus is 1 line, and that is 15 questions on cinema. Full stop. To move to the next question, who among the following Hungarian directors had directed workshop in FTII? So answer is Istvan Gal. Istvan Gal is another Hungarian important director. One of his famous films is Falcon, and in other lists there is Istvan Dabo, who is equally important, Zoltan Fabri, Marta Mazarova. They all are important directors. You may not have heard of these names, but it is your problem. It is not a problem of FTI. FTI believes or wants to invite those people who are aware of international cinema. Aware. I'm saying that you may not have seen the film, but at least you must have heard about it. There are many plays which I have never seen. They are mentioned in the book because I have worked on it. So you are supposed to be aware. That is what FTI expect from the students who are appearing in the entrance exam. So this question is important because Istvan Gal also came to the FTI and did a workshop. Next is, be aware, read the question very, very carefully. Now this is the most confusing question you can think of. Why? Because the question is, who among the following received maximum number of national awards for editing? So I have included 4 names: Renu Saluja, Shikha Prasad, Asim Sinha, Monisha Balwala. Out of those 4 names, 3 are FTI graduate, and most celebrated editor graduated from FTI Pune is Renu Saluja. So many of you might get tempted to tick mark the Renu Saluja, but Renu Saluja, despite being an important editor, she received the 4 national awards. She received the 4 national awards, but she did not receive the maximum national award. The question is, who among the following received the maximum number of national awards for editing? So it is Shikha Prasad. 8. This is also a good question. How many? They will not ask number. Remember, look into past all the papers of 3 years which are loaded on the website. You will rarely find a question in which a number is being asked. In which year he got the national award? They're not bothered about the number business. They are bothered about the overall. Who is the overall winner? Despite Renu being a star editor from FTI Pune, but the highest national award winner is Shikha Prasad. So the question would not be about a particular year. Which year? Which year Taj Mahal was made? How does it qualify you as a better than this if he knows the number? They are not into the number business. They are more about the overall awareness. That's why Mr. Prasad, despite the, now there's another question which I put up over here is, in 2006, I just mentioned this number for a certain reason, but I'm not asking in which year this book was released. I'm giving you that information in my question. In 2006, Graffiti, the Alumni Association of FTI, released a book titled Invisible Art of. Now, similar more or less question, you have to know the answer. It is Renu Saluja. So now the answer would be Renu Saluja, because they are asking a specific name of the book. And why this book is important? There may be 1,000 books, but why this book is important? Because it was produced by FTI association called Graffiti. Graffiti Bombay produced this film, this book about Renu Saluja, which has many interviews by various people who have worked with Renu Saluja. So now the question which I have not mentioned over here is, Renu Saluja got the national award for which films? So though the question is not here, but since when I was making this PPT, I included these posters. She got the national award for Bharavi by Sudhir Mishra, Sardar Patel, and then Parinda and Godmother. These are the 4 films for which Renu Saluja got the national award. Again, the question, I'm again repeating that it is not the year. They're not asking in which year. They might frame a question, which among the following films Renu Saluja got the national award? So if you know the 4 names, you can rule out the rest. Maybe the Godmother is there along with 3 other names, which she may not have worked as an editor. You got my point? So if you look into the filmography, don't be just happy with this. Go into the filmography. They might ask you which among the following films Renu Saluja never edited. So you should know all the 12 films or 15 films which she has edited. So go to IMDb, Internet Movie Data Bank. If you've never heard of this place, go to Renu Saluja, click over there, see the important films. So don't be happy by just seeing this slide. Somebody else who will go at home and work on the IMDb and figure it out the list of 20 people, he will have a much better chance than somebody else. If they frame a question in which they pick up one film of, say, for example, Kundan Shah, Jaane Bhi Do Yaro. So Kundan was another FTI alumni, which there was a question last year, which among the following is a series which is exclusively directed by Kundan Shah. Why that question was there? Again, the answer is same. Answer is FTI alumni. So it is very important for you to understand whosoever has made a mark in the history. Okay. Coming to the next question. Now this is more tricky. Question is, for which film Asmi is film director? Read the question carefully. For which film Asmi's film director Janu Barua received the Filmfare Debut Award? This is the most confusing question. Why? I am asking a debut award and a Filmfare Debut Award, not national award. So Asmi's director, you might get tempted to answer some Asmi's film because only debut award is for a first film. So he has directed 4 films which are popular film of, not popular I would say, films which are known among the people from art house cinema. Tirangoti, Aparupa, then Papuri, and there's a very weird name that Alodia Churai Baudan Khai, because it is a Asmi's name. But since none of these films got his debut award, that's why I said Filmfare Debut Award, which goes to next film, Maine Gandhi Ko Nahi Mara. So those people who have, don't try to guess Asmi's guy, Asmi's film. No, they're not asking. And Filmfare Award is not for Asmi's film, by the way. Filmfare is least was about so far about the Asmi cinema. Till a cinema is established, Filmfare don't go and do the award. Filmfare do the award in South, Filmfare do the award in Marathi cinema. Recently, they have also started a Filmfare Award for Punjabi. So this could be one of the questions. Which among the following languages Filmfare Award is not there? So if there is a Punjabi, there is a Marathi, there is a Asmi and something else, you should be already knowing that Asmi cinema, they don't give the Filmfare Award. So from here, just a tangent, so I give you the answer. Question number next, if you look into it. Padam Shri. Padam Shri is recently been announced. If you have bothered to look into the list, I have also sent the PDF file to most of you, but you may not have bothered to look into it. Kindly look into it if you are really looking for a selection in FTI. There will be one question for sure related to Padam Shri, Padam Bhushan, or Padam Vibhushan. Because here 3 highest civilian award, obviously Bharat Ratna is one, then Dadasaheb Phalke. So these are the three FTI alumni. All three are cinematographers, strangely, but none of these, all these three people got the Padma Shri. If you look into the question is, which among the following FTI graduate did not receive the Padma Shri? I'm asking did not receive the Padma Shri. So the fourth one, which is the most popular guy called Buddha Chopra, did not receive the Padma Shri so far. Okay. So be careful in reading the question, try to understand it, and then if you do not know, don't be in a hurry, because objective question paper are more important than subjective. Why? Because there are 30 questions, and if you take it correct, you get 1. In subjective, you may write brilliantly. It depends upon the mindset of the person who is reading your question, how many marks he will give, God knows. But in objective, your answer is correct, 1 mark goes to your topic. So be careful in cracking these 30 marks. Anybody who would crack 25 out of 30, his chances become more brighter to get a call. Does not mean that 70 marks you leave it and come home. You also need to attempt the rest 70 marks. So next question is question number 10. Which among the following was never the chairman of governing body of FTI? There are 2 terms for the same word. Chairman of the governing body. Read it carefully. I'm not saying director FTI. They are 2 different posts. Chairman governing body is a different person. FTI director is another person. So right now everybody knows who is the director over there. Okay. The chairman is a different person and director is a different person. So here there is a little correction required because all these 4 persons being chairman. So one need to remove this thing. I am sending the corrections in the book already. So this needs correction. So there will be one name which is not a chairman. So if you go to the Google again, you will find it out. But again, I have listed all these names from there. Chairman, and here not the director, but just to distinguish the difference between director and chairman. So they are not the directors, they are the chairmen. So that I have mentioned over here, just for convenience sake. Anwar Jamal Kidwai is the person who established the MCRC Jamia. MCRC Jamia's proper name is AJK MCRC Jamia. It's another premier institution in Delhi where 2,000 people appear every year for an MA in mass communication. Okay. So AJK is an important name. Then R.K. Lakshman, Shyam Benegal, Mrinal Sen, Adur Gopala Krishnan, Mahesh Bhatt, Grish Karnad, Vinod Khanna, U.R. Anand Murthy, another important name from the literature world. Saeed Akhtar Mirza, Gajendra Chauhan, Anupam Kher, and now it is B.P. Singh. Okay. So this name you must mug it up, not very difficult to remember. There are many more difficult names in French, German, Italian, Spanish, but they are all Indian guys. I'm sure you will be able to remember them. So there is an expected, as I said, the director and chairman are 2 different things. So be sure, what is the question? Who among the following was never a director of FTI? So right now there is a 1 person. Before that there must be some other. So go to the Google, figure it out, who are the list of the directors of FTI. You will find some names. So I'm giving some homework for you people. Everything will not be served to you, not be given into this book. People who will work after this class are the people who are going to get it. Not the one who just come here and be happy and go to sleep. No, it's not going to work. So from here, I told you that these are the name of chairman, and then the name of a director is a different person. Move to the question number 11. Question number 11 is, the song of Scorpions directed by Anup Singh features internationally acclaimed Iranian actress. Who will tell me the answer? The first question is, which will strike in your mind, why the hell this question is being asked by FTI about an Iranian actress? Because she acted as a lead actress in this film. So what? There are some other films also. But this lady called, next image, I have just made just try to read the name of this lady. Gul Shifta Farhani. Gul Shifta Farhani is an actress. If you go to the IMDb, you will find at least 20 films she has worked into it. And she lives in Paris, no more in the Iran. And she is a kind of a daughter to Jean-Claude Caillet. Heard about this name called Jean-Claude Caillet? Very good. So Jean-Claude Caillet is a person who wrote the Peter Bruce Mahabharata and one of the most celebrated screenplay writer of Europe, most celebrated. Like Cesar Zavattini is another celebrated writer from Europe. So this film is important, and it is directed by Anup Singh, who is a FTI alumni. So they are not bothered about somebody who is not a FTI alumni. If you're going to institute, they are more concerned about somebody who is a FTI graduate and what he is doing. So working with the international actors is an important for FTI. Go to the another. He has done a couple of more films also, which here the next question is question number 12. Which among the following options is false about director Anup Singh? So once you know about one film, go to IMDb, figure it out. What question will be asked? That God knows. So I'm giving you a possible answer. He directed Songs of Scorpion, correct? He directed Kissa, is another film which you just saw the poster. And then third, he directed Ektar Nadir Naam. जो बंगाली लोग हैं उनको ज्यादा पता होगा और जो लोग पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं उनको ही पता होगा. पढ़े लिखे इन द सेंस जिसने कभी जिंदगी में ऋत्विक घटक का नाम सुना होगा और उसकी फिल्मोग्राफी को जाके देखा होगा IMDb में. He must be knowing Ektar Nadir Naam. If you look into other slides, this is a documentary he picked up from the Ritwik Ghatak's name, which is produced by three important organizations: Ministry of External Affairs Delhi, Film Division also pulled some money into it. That question will not be asked, but I am giving some more relevant to, and British Film Institute. So three international bodies funded this documentary, which is again directed by the same guy. So if you do not know, please know it. So this is what it is not written here. Why this question is important? That's why a teacher is required. That's why this class is important. Okay? Many people sitting at home, buying a 40,000 rupees iPhone, saving their money. I wish them all the best. But there will be many more questions which are not here. Next, which among the following option is false about the director? This we have covered. Dunk in the Brahmins Village and Amma Aryan are directed by John Abraham, Adur Gopalakrishnan, M.T. Vasudev Nair, none of the above. So people would either, if they try to guess, they will think John Abraham means actor, until unless you know about the Kerala cinema or you have studied about the cinema in general. So chances are that you are going to be picking the wrong option. Until unless you do not know, don't try to guess. Obviously, there is no negative marking, so you will pick something or other. But the person who knows for sure, he has not made so many films, but being FTI alumni is important, and these two films are, whenever there is a history of Kerala cinema is written, you will get one chapter for sure. The next question is, which among the following option is false about Shriram Raghavan? So this is one of the photographs was taken by one of our students when he came to conduct the workshop in craft 2 years back. So why is it important? Because he has directed the 4 films. So any question related with him could be asked, and Andhadhun is one of the most recent film. So 0 may not be important. I am again and again using the word may not be, but maybe also. But comparative to Andhadhun, then 0, this is more important. Why? Because alumni is connected. But again, they may not ask Shriram Raghavan, they will ask who did the sound design of Andhadhun. It is a FTI alumni, which I have not written in the book. So there are many things which I have not written in the book, but if you look into the back side, I have given you an important FTI alumni list. This is called homework in teacher's language. There is a lot of homework for you people. There are 24 hours, sleep for 8, invest 12, because you need to study all these people. These pinky names mentioned over there, you need to study all. If you don't expect. It depends upon your luck. Luck is nothing but increasing your probability. Somebody who will work home about these names of roughly around, these are rough name, important name I have put up over there. Not every Tom, Dick and Harry I have put up over here. Because everybody whose name is here, he has done some feature films. Not just like that. Okay. So coming back to our series, which among the following option is false about Shriram Raghavan? He directed Andhadhun and Ithi Hasina, yes. He directed Badlapur and Agent Vinod, yes. He did not direct Johnny Gaddar. No, he directed Johnny Gaddar. And he did not direct Badayo, obviously. So, which is the false one? The C. Coming to the next one, there's a little tricky now. We are getting into a little difficult zone. Sara Akash. Why this question is important? Who will tell me? This question is important Not because it is directed by Basu Chatterjee. Basu Chatterjee has directed more than 20 feature films. This question, first read the question. Which among the following options is false about Sara Akash? So first, you must be wondering why this film is important. I'll tell you. So first, figure it out. It is based on the novel by Rajendra Yadav. Yes, I've given over there. This is true. K.K. Mahajan received the National Award for Best Cinematography. Yes. K.K. Mahajan received National Award for Best Cinematography in 1970 first time. That's why this film is important. This was the time when FTI was trying to make small space in the Bombay industry. And K.K. Mahajan is one of the star cinematographers from India, 1970, 71, 73, 74. Consistently, with a gap of 1 year, 4 national awards. Next slide is about that only. So best cinematography 70, 71 for Uski Roti, then 73 for Vayadarpan, and best cinematography for Chorus. Chorus is directed by K.K. Mahajan is not a director. K.K. Mahajan is a cinematographer. Chorus is directed by Mrinal Singh. So mug up all these 20 names, 30 names, all these stalwarts which I mentioned over there. Art house directors list. If you look into here, somewhere in the book, I have mentioned the name of all these important directors. You will find somewhere, there's a list of people I have mentioned over there, the art house important director, and all these names, which I could not find the time at that time when I was setting up the book, are there. So this is another important name, K.K. Mahajan, who got the National Award for Best Cinematography of this film.
But now, if you look into the MCQ online version, all these art house names which are mentioned in the book at that time are being formulated questions. So if you go there and you figure it out, various directors under the category of Bollywood or art house, you will find now at least 25 to 30 names which are mentioned in the book only. Now their question related to the question are being listed in the online version of MCQ. That is an advantage of having an online version because you keep updating.
Called Sara Akash. So that despite the fact Basu Chatterjee did more than 20 films, this film became important because it is the first time when Bombay industry, not Bombay industry, it is a national award. So every third cinematographer who was non-FTI graduate always used to get it. So the first time in 1970, first person who received the national award for best cinematography. So that's why this is important. What's your name? Very So Sara Akash is important, and also Rajendra Yadav is an important figure in terms of literature. There is the only one novel which Rajendra Yadav has written along with his wife, Manu Bhandari. One chapter Rajendra Yadav wrote, one chapter.
This novel is very, very important because Manu Bhandari passed away last week. I told you also. So they might ask which of the following novels is co-written along with her husband. Manu Bhandari wrote along with her husband. Okay. So that's important from this point of view. That's the only novel that they both wrote together. One chapter by Manuji, one chapter by Rajendra Yadav. So we'll break for 10 minutes and then we will be back at 11 o'clock.
Sir, can you please repeat the book name again?
Called, who is asking?
Sir, Amisha.
Okay. The name of the book is called Ek Inch Muskan.
Okay, thank you, sir.
It is called Ek Inch Muskan, which is one chapter is by Rajendra Yadav and one chapter is by Manu Bhandari. Though in the beginning I said there are two important novels by Manu Bhandari, which is Aapka Banti and Mahabhoj, but that's another novel which he has co-written with a husband, which is important because it is an experiment in the Indian literature where one chapter was written by Manuji and another chapter was written by Rajendra Yadav. Okay. So 10 minutes later we'll meet up.
So then just telling you, don't think that this is एक नावल हो गया, सारा आकाश हो गया, बस पता लग गया कौन है राजेंद्र यादव. वहां पर क्वेश्चन वो पूछा जाएगा, जिसको मालूम नहीं है वो तुक्का नहीं लगा सकता. Okay? The novel is called 8-inch Muskaan. Novel is called 8-inch Muskaan. Is a very strange and very distinguished novel in which both husband and wife wrote. One chapter is being written by Manu Bhandari and another chapter is written by late Rajendra Yadav. So this is one. Uski Roti. There's the next. Okay. So it was the same time. So the question is, Uski Roti, directed by Manikal, is based on the story of Dr. Dhanbir Bharti, Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, Makhanlal Chaturvedi, none of them. So the answer is none of the above, because it is the story of Mohan Rakesh. So if you do not know, you can't guess. Though all these names are important names, but this is one of the story of Mohan Rakesh. Dvivida, directed by Manikal, is on the story of, there is a name called Vijay Dandetha. Next to it must be, so is one of the celebrated author from Rajasthan. And this film is that important that you can imagine here Shah Rukh Khan also acting in the film called Paheli, which was directed by Amol Palekar. So this Paheli is directed by Amol Palekar, and this Dvivida is the same story. Same story, two different films by two different directors. So Dvivida is important. This lady is called Raiza Padamsee, who is the daughter of Akbar Padamsee. And who is Akbar Padamsee? Hello. Who is Akbar Padamsee? Anybody who knows Akbar Padamsee? So you have no clue about the Indian painters. You have no idea at all about the Indian painter. So try to wake up, because there will be a question of one painting also. This was the simplest question. Who is Akbar Padamsee? Painter. Simplest. Difficult are here. Open this painting section, you will find the difficult question into this one. Akbar Padamsee is not difficult. But simple question you don't want to answer, you can answer only difficult. Okay. So coming back to again our book, असार का एक दिन, मोहन राकेश का सबसे पॉपुलर नाटक जो हर आदमी ने कभी ना कभी किया होगा. असार का एक दिन डायरेक्टेड बाय मणिपाल is an adaptation of the play that is based on Kalidas, one of the greatest writer of Sanskrit language. जिन लोगों को पता नहीं है कालिदास कौन है, उन लोगों के लिए उन्होंने बता दिया है कि greatest writer है, तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा समझ लो क्या क्वेश्चन आया है ये. Who played the role of Vinod? Who played the role of Vinod? तो कोई ना कोई पुरी तो है, अमरीश पुरी, ओम पुरी, ओम शिव पुरी, बट जिसको नहीं पता वो तुक्का लगाएगा.
This question, now here it is a MCQ question, but it can be MSQ question also for acting student particularly. Why? Because it is a performance oriented play and Vyom is a character. So they can ask, Vyom is a character in this novel, yes or no? So if you have some idea, then you can answer it, otherwise not. Not just the writer's novel, the character's name, as it is being mentioned, who played this character, but there could be other way around also. So MSQ is nothing but collection of 2 MCQ connected with the same subject or 3 MCQ connected with the same subject.
और विलेन क्या है? विलन है फिल्म का मतलब नॉवल का. मेन आदमी कालिदास है, तो ये असली क्वेश्चन नहीं है, ये नकली क्वेश्चन. ये क्वेश्चन नकली है, मतलब सेकंड प्रायोरिटी है. असली क्वेश्चन क्या होना चाहिए? हु प्लेड द रोल ऑफ कालिदास? जो बताएगा उसको 1000 रुपए अभी दिया जाएगा, और जो गलत बताएगा उससे 500 रुपए ले लिया जाएगा. बताइए, हु वांट टू बेट? I will not lose 1000 rupees just like that. I'm damn sure people who do not know the name of Padamsee, Akbar Padamsee, how they will be knowing this weird name. He's a graduate from FTI Pune, 1975. His name is, next you will see his name soon. So next film question is, who shot the film Satay Se Uthta Aadmi, which is directed by Manikal. Manikal is the only director in this country. Om Shivpuri. That is Om Shivpuri. There is answer backside. You can You don't need to mark it. It is written on the back side of the book. Okay. No, it's not Om Puri. It's Om Shiv Puri. Oh, sorry. Om Shiv Puri. फोटो लगा हुआ है, वो देख लो. फोटो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट ढूंढा होगा फोटो, इसका मतलब करेक्ट. चलो, ओम शिव पुरी. छठे से उठता हुआ आदमी शॉट बाय वीरेंद्र सैनी. वीरेंद्र सैन नहीं है, इसको सैनी कर लो थोड़ा सा. छोटी सी करेक्शन है. वीरेंद्र सैनी, he is the cinematographer who shot the film of Manikal, has worked with various cinematographers. It is one of the film, and this is the most important film of the Manikal. Why? Why it is most important? That is the question, which will be in the sample paper, which I'll load a day before the entrance exam to give you the sleepless night. Okay, so it's a very, very important film. Why it is important, you will realize later. Who played the lead role in the film Nazar, directed by Manikal? Again, same person I'm covering here. Now you can imagine somebody whom you will not think of.
सतह से उठता हुआ आदमी मुक्ति बोध की कविताओं के ऊपर बेस्ड है. So this question can also be asked. Whose poetry the performance, whose poetry the Satya Se Uthta Hua Aadmi is being based upon. And also, if I'm not mistaken, this was the only film which was selected into the Cannes Film Festival of Manikal. Only one film so far in a one particular section, obviously not in a competitive, but in some other section, Satya Se Uthta Hua
Is Shekhar Kapoor. Okay. And this is Sambhavi Kaul, Manikal's daughter, who played the second lead in the film. Again, we'll move to another film. Now, this is a little tricky question, but those who know, they will be able to answer. Which actress played the role of Korangi character in The Cloud Door, the film which was a part of Erotica series directed by Manikal? Manikal was a part of a series in which many international directors were engaged, around 7 to 8. And Indian director of the series was Manikal, a 30-minute film based on the theme called Erotica. So, again, you can see it's Anu Kapoor. This is shot from there, so you can see the clear that kind of a breast. Nipple you can see. No actress was willing to do this role, so that's why he moved to a advertising world, and Anu Kapoor did the role. So if you do not know, then you will not be able to guess. Again and again, I'm saying guesswork will not help you. Sometime it may, sometime it may not. 90% of the time it will not, until unless it's an easy question. Even an easy question like Akbar Padamsi, you have no idea. But don't think you don't have an idea. There are many friends of yours who are sleeping at home, saving their 10,000 rupees, just buying the book and feeling very happy. Oh, we got everything, but everything is not. If everything is here, you will not be sitting here. Next, Naukar Ki Kameez is another film by the same director Manikal. I'm just covering one person. And this film is shot by Anil Mehta, most important cinematographer of the Bollywood industry. Anil Mehta, he was also president of West India Cinematographer Association. The Cloud Door was shot by Anil Mehta. Naukar Ki Kameez, as it says, the servant shirt is English translation. It is shot by a guy called K.U. Mohanan, another important cinematographer. The first film which he worked with Manikal, and again it is based on the Vinod Kumar Shutti. It's based on the story by, it's a novel. Naukar Ki Kameez is not a short story, but it is a novel. And this film was funded by international organizations. There is a festival called Rotterdam, where there is a grant and you pitch the project. So this has a huge international money. Huge means biggest money Manikal ever received for any of the films. So Naukar Ki Kameez is being produced by many international production houses as well as channels, and based on a novel called Naukar Ki, same name, by Vinod Kumar Shutti. Another name called Grish Kasar Valli. These names might sound weird and strange for you, but that is your problem. One of the important directors from Kannada cinema, graduated from FTI Pune, got many national awards. That was the highest national award any director would have received. I'm not sure, but he received many awards. So this is his photograph. He was in National School Drama to do a lecture, and some of our students saw these pictures. So again, coming to the question, look at this question over here carefully. This could be one of the way question can be framed. One of the way. There are many ways to frame a question. This is one of the way to frame a question. It says, which film of Girish Kasaragolli, which film of Girish Kasaragolli examined the Gandhi philosophy in the 21st century? So I have picked up the synopsis from the Wikipedia. The story revolves around a government employee cast in a play to portray Mahatma Gandhi, who on course realizes that playing Gandhi is easier than imbibing and implementing his principles in real life. So they may frame a question like this. One of the film of Girish Kasaragolli that revolves around blah, 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 blah. Now tell me the name of the film. Or they might give films like the way I have framed the question. So this is called, the English version of that called Turquoise and Incarnation is the name of the film. Sometimes you might find these original name of the film, if it is a regional language film, difficult, but they might give a English translation of that if it is an important thing. This is one of the important film of Girish Kasaragolli. Thai Sahab is also important, Gulabi Talkie is also important, Hasina is also important, but I have included this particular name simply because this is one of the interesting film. Others are also interesting. It's not that. Which film of Girish Kasaragolli got the National Award for Best Cinematography for Ramchandra? Is not Halkere, it is Halkare. It's not E, it's A. Make a correction over here. Again, a graduate of FTI Pune, cinematography graduate. The question is which film? Question is which film? So the definition of easy versus difficult is, if you know, then it is easy. If you don't know, then it is difficult. So answer is Dvipa. Dvipa is a film which is English translation is island, which is shot most of the time in the film is raining. It's a small island where the rain happens and there's a studio also. It's a difficult film to shoot in the rain. Once you go outside, you must have felt that the moment you have to step out and if it is raining, it is uncomfortable. And if it's in a rain, you have to shoot, not in artificial rain. This is a film in which 90% of the time it is real raining happening. Only 10% of the time they manage a little bit when they could not get the monsoon. But in the real rain, they shoot this film and this gentleman shot the film. So this is an important film because it's the only film which Girish Kasaragolli's film which got the National Award for Best Cinematography. Again, coming to another film. Ek Ghar. When I was listening to his lecture, he is one of the most knowledgeable man who knows about cinematography. I've met many directors who are fools. They don't know clue about anything. He's one of the most knowledgeable person I've interviewed. I've not interviewed, I've recorded that lecture. And he has a profound understanding about cinematography. Two others are Shyam Benegal and another person is Buddhadev Das Gupta. Rest are very difficult to find. He knows about cinematography. Very knowledgeable man. And this is the only film in Hindi language he made. At the same time when Naseeruddin Shah was also studying in FTI in 1975. So they were kind of a batchmate or maybe one batch here and there. I'm not sure. But it is the same time. 74, 75, 76 are the batches in which maximum people who made the mark in the Indian cinema are graduates from that batch. That time, 74, 75, 76. So Naseer acted in this film. So this is the only film which is he directed so far in Hindi language. So a regional director directing a film in Hindi language becomes important. So that's why I said Ek Ghar is a 1991 Hindi film psychological drama, film directed by Girish Kasaragolli who played the lead role as Mir. Obviously, since I have told you here the poster, so you can figure it out, it is Naseeruddin Shah. But if you do not know the poster, then you really have to figure it out because it could be anyone. So the image is very important. Now, once you remember this image, you will remember the name of the person also. That's why maximum time I have tried to include the images if you look into it. So this is one of the important questions when it comes to Girish Kasaragolli. Karamchand. Karamchand is question number 27. I'm not sure, but he's based in Kannada. He has made the film in Kannada language. Originally, I don't know from where he is, so he must be from Karnataka only, because he has done most of his film in Kannada language, and that is the only film which he has done. Why this photograph? Not to tell you that I can also drink, but just because this is the only photograph which I found of Sunil Sharma. He is the cinematographer of this serial called Karamchand. Karamchand is a very important serial because before this serial, camera used to be on tripod. And in this serial, they use the handle, they will throw the camera sometimes. So most of the time you see, if you ever get the opportunity to see any episode of the Karamchand, you must see it just because of the cinematography work. And it is shot by Sunil Sharma, another graduate from FTI Pune. And also, so the question is, Karamchand is an Indian detective TV serial telecast in 1980. Which among the following is false about it? So, it is directed by Pankaj Parashar? Yes. Pankaj Kapoor played the lead role? Yes. Sushmita Mukherjee played the role of Kitty? Yes. It is shot by DOP Ashok Mehta? No. It is shot by DOP Sunil Sharma. This is Pankaj Parashar. Rajkumar is also directed by him. Arun Khopkar. There was a question in one of those past years, which particular book he got the national award. Though he is not a writer, but he wrote a particular book for which he got the national award. But the question here are different, because he is basically a director from the same time, 1975 batch. Which among the following is a false about Arun Khopkar? He directed a documentary called Sanchari? Yes. And Sanchari is a documentary about another question, Leela Samson, Bharatanatyam dancer. So they may not ask this question. They will ask, Sanchari is a documentary directed by Arun Khopkar is about Bharatanatyam, Kathak, Falana, Dimka. They ask the name of the person. 4 Bharatanatyam dancers. They will put up over there. So one question is the one way. There could be another way also. There could be a third way also. There could be a fourth way also. Depend upon the person's mind who's setting up the paper. So don't be happy कि एक question मिल गया बस हो गया हमारा काम. अब आगे नहीं पढ़ना. जाके ढूंढो संचारी कैसा दिखती है, लीला सैमसन की शक्ल कैसी है, इससे थोड़ा याद रहे संचारी, वरना संचारी भूल जाओगे तुम लोग, वहां पर कुछ पतंग लिख दोगे. He directed a documentary called Figure of Thoughts. Figure of Thought is again a documentary on Jahangir Sabawala, another very, very important painter. 2, Color of Absence. There are three people on which he did a documentary. This is the man called Arun Khopkar. These 3 names I have mentioned over there: Bhupen Thakkar, Nalini Malini, and Vivan Sundaram. जिनको पेंटिंग का थोड़ा खासा मालूम है कुछ नामों का, क्योंकि तुम लोगों को अक्सर पद्म सिंह नहीं पता तो ये ऊटपटांग के नाम कहाँ से पता होंगे? तो ये सब ऊटपटांग के नाम जो है, ये सब ऊटपटांग के लोग जो आपको लग रहे होंगे कि ऊटपटांग का है, क्या लिखा है पता नहीं है, BUPEN खक्कर क्या है ये. So Bhupen Thakkar, Nalini Malini, and Vivan Sundaram. So question could be, Sanchari is documentary made on a painter called ABC. All of them, 2 of them, कुछ भी हो सकता है. So if you know all these 3 names, you can precisely answer it. He did not directed a film called Hathi Ka Anda. He directed that film. It is a children's film which he directed. And that's why this is the wrong answer. Rest is all correct answers. Next, 29. Which among the following statements is false about Arun Khopkar? Same thing. His documentary film Sanchari is on Leela Samson? Yes, true. His documentary film Color of Absence is Jahangir Sabawala? Yes, I told you. Documentary film Figure of Thought. One of the 3 feature painters is Nalini Malini? Yes, correct. पता होगा तो लिखोगे, वरना तो सोचते रहोगे क्या नाम है ये. And 4th is documentary film Figure of Thought. One of the 3 featured name is M.F. Hussain. M.F. Hussain कहाँ है? तो ये आंसर गलत क्या हुआ? D. इतना टेढ़ा मेढ़ा क्वेश्चन बन सकता है. समझ आ रहा है? टेढ़ा मेढ़ा है ना? Okay. Next, 30. Kumar Sani is the contemporary of Manikal, more or less same time they graduated. And another important director, you really need to work. Any question can come on him. I have just framed 2 questions here. Which among the following statement is false about Kumar Sani? He directed a feature film Maya Darpan? Yes, true. He directed a film Char Adhyay? Yes, true. He directed a feature film Kasba? Yes, true. Is one of the feature film is based on Dostoevsky story? No, wrong. तो ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि कौन सी फिल्म कौन सी स्टोरी पे बेस्ड है, नॉवल पे बेस्ड है, क्या है क्या नहीं है। नाम रखने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला, थोड़ा सा अंदर भी घुसना पड़ सकता है। ओके, which among the following statement is false about कुमार शानी? फीचर फिल्म माया दर्पण is based on the story of निर्मल वर्मा। अब कभी जिंदगी में नाम नहीं सुना आप लोगों ने निर्मल वर्मा का, तो तुमको क्या पता कि किसकी स्टोरी पे बेस्ड है? किसको पता है निर्मल वर्मा का नाम? जरा हाथ उठा लो एक आदमी, तो 2-3 नॉवल कहानियां वहानियां बता दो उसकी कोई। तो उसकी एक कहानी जो है माया दर्पण निर्मल वर्मा की कहानी पे बेस्ड है। भवन तराना इज ए डॉक्यूमेंट्री ऑन ओडीसी डांस फॉर्म, राइट और रॉन्ग? राइट। किस आदमी के ऊपर है? क्वेश्चन असली ये है जो मैंने यहाँ नहीं लिखा। भवन तराना इज ए डॉक्यूमेंट्री ऑन गुरु केलुचरण महापात्रा, ओडीसी डांस का टावरिंग फिगर ऑफ गुरु जी का, गुरु महाराज कथक, ओडीसी केलुचरण महापात्रा। ये लिखा नहीं है, बट थोड़ा सा घर पे जाओगे ढूंढोगे कुछ तब पल्ले पड़ेगा। डायरेक्टर द फीचर फिल्म कस्बा, ये हो गया। इसके नीचे वाला भवन तराना हो गया। शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा एक्टेड इन कस्बा, यस। तो सपने में भी नहीं आया कभी कि शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा जैसा आदमी आर्ट हाउस आदमी के साथ काम करेगा। क्वेश्चन ऐसा ही आएगा जो तुम सपने में सोच नहीं सकते, जो तुम क्वेश्चन सपने में सोच नहीं सकते वही क्वेश्चन वहां पे आएगा। क्यों? क्योंकि शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा इज आल्सो एफटीआई ग्रेजुएट। पता नहीं होगा शायद तुमको, पता है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, नहीं पता तो आज पता लग गया। मीता वसील एक्टेड इन ए फिल्म कॉल्ड तरंग, नो। तरंग के अंदर कौन कौन लोग हैं? यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है ना, अमोल पालेकर एंड स्मिता पाटिल। तो दोस्तों आज तक 30 क्वेश्चन हो जाते हैं। नीचे एक और फोटोग्राफ मैंने बना रखा है, एक आंटी जी अंकल जी के साथ पानी में खड़ी है, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट फोटोग्राफ है। अंकल जी का नाम बताओ और 1000 रुपए इनाम पाओ, और गलत बताओगे तो 500 रुपए तुमसे ले लूंगा। ऐसे ही पूछा जाएगा वहां पे, 500 रुपए नहीं देंगे और तुमसे 4,000 रुपए ले चुके हैं। बात समझ आ गई? इसमें क्वेश्चन क्या है? आइडेंटिफाई द नेम ऑफ द फिल्म फ्रॉम विच द पोस्टर मास्टर इमेज है। कोई भी किताब देखोगे फेलिनी की, ये मिल जाएगा। ला डॉल्चे विटा की फिल्म है, उसमें नाम पूछा जाएगा, टेढ़ा मेढ़ा मत जैसा आदमी जो पेपर सेट करेगा। हु इज एन एक्ट्रेस ऑफ दिस फिल्म? अनीता एक्बर। ये पटांग के नाम तोते की तरह रटने पड़ेंगे। अंकल जी कौन है? अंकल जी का नाम बताओ। मार्शालो मास्ट्रोनियोनी। ये अंकल जी फेलिनी की हर फिल्म में मोरलेस होते हैं। तो ऐसे बहुत सारे उटपटांग के नाम जो तुमने जिंदगी में नहीं सुने हैं, नहीं पढ़े हैं, पूछे जा सकते हैं। आप वहां ये नहीं बोल सकते कि सर ये सिलेबस में नहीं था, ये आपने क्यों पूछ लिया। सिलेबस एक लाइन में खत्म हो जाता है। 15 क्वेश्चन ऑन सिनेमा।
So today, so briefly, I have played this because many of you would not be bothered to play these videos, and they are important. So it's a kind of refreshing for many of you. So we'll wrap up for today. And on and off, when I play these videos, I still recollect a few things that I didn't know. I have already discussed this particular novel called Ek Inch Muskan. So when I was playing this video, it refreshed my mind, and I also realized that this is one of the novel which Manu Bhandari also wrote. And Manu Bhandari is a very important author, and because she passed away recently, so if the paper is not being set till that particular day, there is quite a probability, but you never know. So at least I would say, if the exam is on 20th, I assume till 1st of this month, anybody who is no more with us or anything which happened as a current affair event could be asked. So 1st of December, I would assume, should be the date, realizing that the examination paper would have already been in the process of getting printed, because they don't wait for the last moment. And but I assume till 1st, anything happens in terms of current affair would be interesting to note and to remember. And about the rest, after 1st will not be important, because paper would have already been published or going to be published, or at least would have sent. So if somebody has a question, you can ask, and I'll wrap up. I'll play only one video every time, and I will also prepare some questions new questions basically. I'm mainly concentrating on the international paintings. And also I would try to include some Indian painters, because I have not included many Indian painters so far. So at least some Indian painters, because last time the bride's toilet was there. So I would see roughly around 10 Indian painters should be there at least. And I would say 5 architects who are important. Actually 10 should be included, but let's say 5. 5 is enough. So not enough basically, but 5 I would try to include. So if you have a question, quickly you can ask. Anything connected with not only MCQ, but anything else. So more or less, we are done for today. And you can prepare for yourself. That's it. I'm just launching this poll thing, which is your attendance. If you wish to mark, you can do it. And that's it. Because mind has a certain capacity to retain things. I can play another video also, but you will not be able to retain everything. More important is to, even if you work less, but it should remain in your memory. Otherwise, it will not be helpful. Whatever I have asked, they all are important in terms of literature and FTI alumni. Particularly FTI alumni is the most important thing, because you are going to FTI, and SRFTI don't have a very well-known alumni. So they will accept few people. I'm not saying nobody, but at least I would say 5-7 names are there, not more than that. But FTI alumni is much more important. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.